Speech entitled Adventures in Ziplining. It sounds like a great topic. This is her fourth speech, although she's actually doing speech number 5, Your Body Speaks. Sounds like she's picked out a great topic, ziplining, for doing a Your Body Speaks. I can think of just visually already before she starts, I can see some of the visualizations in Your Body Speaks. Her objectives are to use stance, movement, gestures, facial expressions, and eye contact to express a message and achieve the goal. She will also try to make the body language smooth and natural. Timer, 5 to 7 minutes, please. Fallon Walker, Adventures in Ziplining.
My best friend Evagene and I we've hung around together since high school. On our 40th birthday, we decided to go skydiving. On our 50th birthdays, our birthdays are close together, we decided to go plane gliding. And for our 55th birthday, we decided to go ziplining. So we did a little research. We found this place up in Harrison, Michigan, 2 hours from home, so we said this is a great day to go on our adventure. So we went to Snow Snake Mountain, and we went in. Well, when we walked in the door of the training session, the first thing you have to do is read the waiver and sign the waiver, as we've heard from other people in the past. This waiver says you might break your arm, you might break your leg, you possibly could die, but I looked at my friend and we said, let's sign. We signed the contract, the waiver, and we were ready to go. We went through a short training session here. The training session gave you a little video of what was going on. Then they handed us our harnesses to put on. I'm holding my harness here and I'm looking and I'm thinking, Evagene, does this look safe? And she's thinking, I don't know. Well, a lot of people have worn these and they survived, so let's try it. So we're trudging, we're pulling our gear on, and we're tightening it up, buckling up, making sure we're really tight because we didn't want to have anything happen to us. So we were ready to go now. They took us up to the first platform where you climb up the steps and jump off the platform. This one was a piece of cake, but it was only the training one, so naturally it was very simple. After we finished the training one, we're excited, so we start walking up the path. Along the path, you see these little rock statues that people have, the guides have made. There's big rocks on top of it, and then a little rock, and then another big rock. And somehow they've made every path, they've made these rock statues. So we're watching those as we walk to the platform. First platform, my friend says, I'm going first. I said, fine. So she gets all hooked up, and she's holding on like she's scared to death. She's really afraid to go. And I grabbed my video camera. Okay, Evagene, go. So she went and she started screaming, and she screamed the whole way down. I got this videotape. So I zipped down. That was simple, I can do this. We go up to the next one, 4 steps to go up, more steps. Well, maybe it's only 5 or 10 more this time. I can scale these. So I start getting up those steps and I'm ready to jump again. So I said, Evagene, I'm going first this time. You go ahead and videotape me. So I got on, well, now she's videotaping me, I'm gonna be smart. So when I get out there, I'm brave, and I let go with one hand, and I'm zipping one-handed. Woo, that's just fun. So I got to the end, she came down, and we trudge on up to the next, we're going to the next platform, we're trudging along, get to the next one. I'm looking, wow, that's a lot of steps. So I'm not gonna scale this time, I'm just gonna slowly walk up these steps. We get up those steps, and I said, I'm gonna do something real different. So I turned around, and I jumped off backwards. That way you're seeing all the trees and the rocks and everything from a different position. It was quite interesting. My friend, she's still holding on for dear life. She's not going to let go. She's not even going one-handed. So we get going, we keep going, we go up to the next one, and now I'm looking, wow, there must be 1,000 steps on this one. So I'm climbing up the steps, and we get to the top. But before I went up the steps, we had to take a golf ball. I picked a pretty purple one, and my friend picked some of the yellow one. When you go, then we get to the platform, they say, okay, now, when you get above that bucket, there's a big bucket over there in the ground. Can you see it? Well, not really. So I grab my golf ball and I take off and I drop it when I thought I was right at the bucket, but I didn't hear any plunk. So I probably missed. And I'm really competitive, so I was kind of upset that I missed this bucket. So my friend goes, and I didn't hear any plunk then, so I thought, well, at least I didn't, she didn't get it either. At the end, we had to kind of roll down the hill to find our golf balls. We grabbed our golf balls, and mine was like this far from the bucket, but hers was like this far from the bucket. So, yes, I beat her. Well, I'm not competitive. So we keep going along. We're just walking up the next hill to get to the next platform. This is platform number 9. And on the way, I found a couple of 4-leaf clovers too, because these paths are out in the woods. Pick up a couple of 4-leaf clovers, and I get them in my pocket. I'm going to feel lucky now. This last zip here is 800 feet long, 70 feet high, and goes 30 miles an hour. I said, boy, this is fun. I can do this. So I'm ready to go. This is zip number 9. We're getting close to the end. I got to make the best of this one. And I grab on, and I'm still letting go with my hands, doing splits in the air, hoping that my friend is videotaping me like she said she would. And we get down to the end, land good, perfect, another perfect landing. I've been making pretty good landings most of the time. A couple times fell down, we landed in a big pile of sand. My friend comes in, she slips, she falls, but she gets back up. Now, the zip number 10 is the zip that you go together. There's 2 ropes, and they're probably like, hand width apart. So she's over here and I'm over there. And I say, Evgie, let's go 1, 2, 3, and then I'll say jump, and we jump at jump. So she said, okay, good plan. And they say the lighter person will usually get to the bottom first. And she's maybe a little taller than I am, but we're both about the same weight. So I say 1, 2, 3, and she's gone. Wait a minute, I didn't say jump, so I jumped real quick, and now I'm really mad because I want to get there before her. Luckily, we got down to the bottom, and we ended up maybe this far apart, so I did catch up to her a little bit. So now ziplining's in my blood. You may find me in Louisville, Kentucky at the mega caverns where you zip through underground tunnels. It's the only one in the world that you go underground. Or I might go to the Screaming Eagle in Georgia where you go over the Lost Gorge and ruins of the Ghost Tower. There is also one, the new Flight of the Falcon, which is 3,400 feet long, hurtling through a tunnel of trees. So my favorite spot I want to go to is when I go on my African safari. I want to go on the zips there that go 75 miles an hour. And here I'm going to put on my little cape because they say you go like Superman, well, Superwoman, Mikey, belly first, face down, and the people below you are just screaming in amazement. Well, wait, that's probably me screaming. So anyways, adventure is now, you can go zip line any place in the world you want to now. And that's going to be my future vacations. Would you like to join me? Thank you. Give us 30 seconds to write your evaluations. And now, when the Toastmasters usually talk to the person, but since I'm only giving you 30 seconds to write your evaluations, I also did go zip lining in Florida with my granddaughter. She was 18, and we went to the Gatorland. And they have a zip there where the waiver there says you can't sue any alligator. That's one of the things they put in there. You can't take any cameras or phones with you on this one because the alligators, it sucks their stomachs when they eat, so you can't do that. So it's like, okay, but we did. You're going over big ponds of alligators and looked out and said, man, I hope this one doesn't break. All right, well, Christine didn't know we had a speech, so she's got a lot of table topics, so everybody's going to get their turn today at table topics. Patricia, are you interested possibly in doing one?
I'm not really sure because I don't know what to expect. So.
Okay, after you do a couple table topics, then you can see. And Casey, do you think you might want to stand up and answer a question? No? Okay. You don't have to. It's not required. So at this time, help me bring to the floor Christine.
Our theme of the day, ideal jobs we've never had, brought 2 things to mind for me when Fallon shared the theme of the day for me. The first was Mike Rowe's Dirty Jobs, the show that used to be on TV, because those are not ideal jobs. And the second was kind of along the lines of dream jobs or what could be some pretty amazing experiences. So what we have today for table topics is a mix between the 2. I'll call you up and you'll select your job, and we're 1 to 2 minutes today. In 1 to 2 minutes, you're going to tell us why this is your ideal job. So, why this is your ideal job. just some interesting selections. Oh, did I?
That must be the best one.
Oh,
Probably is.
there is a twist. There is one in here that's completely blank. It's my wild card. You get to pick what you want to talk about, ideal job-wise, if you select that one. So let's start with Chris. Why don't you come on up, select one, and tell me why this is your ideal job.
Okay. Wild card. Nope, I got two.
Looking at both.
You got one.
No, I didn't.
So, yeah, this is actually ironic. I was thinking back to elementary school. I'd always seen the sanitation manager with his stiff broom and his giant Rubbermaid. I mean, very large capacity Rubbermaid, not a standard trash can at all. We're talking top of the line. And he had a bucket of sawdust that I thought was always smelled really good. And whenever there was something that needed to be cleaned, he was there, right? So before the teachers were there, he was the first one there. He really took pride in his elementary school. And then as you get to high school, same thing. Sanitation staff is always the ones that make sure that when everyone arrives, everything's empty, everything's clean, everything is polished. And they really are the face to the staff and the face to the community for the school facilities. And that applies really to any industrial commercial complex. Sanitation management is a completely, I think, underrated, overlooked, but extremely valuable position. And for that reason, I've always wanted to be a sanitation manager, so I can be the one to put the face on the facility for everyone else.
All right. Bridget,
Yay.
we have time, so.
Let me split my gum out
Hey.
real quick.
Awesome. In all my wildest dreams, there could never be a better job than this one. Sewer inspection. It's something I've always dreamed about, especially as you can see, I'm probably wearing appropriate shoes today to really dive into this position with gusto. I love the idea of being inundated with the aroma that comes with being a sewer inspector. It's very exciting for me to think about going into work every day and having 8 hours or more, because I'm assuming this position would be very high demand, with probably not a lot of competition for employment. So my opportunity to be utilized is very positive. And for that reason, I believe sewer inspector would be the best position for me, my dream job.
Nice.
Cheryl, come discover your ideal job.
Your chances of getting a good one are probably pretty positive at this point.